The Dallas Cowboys have just made a shocking trade, acquiring a new linebacker who's going to fit right into what we're trying to do, and we got to break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Cowboys Football 365. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, hit that subscribe button. But getting into the news for today, coming from Adam Schefter himself on Twitter, a deal for the Cowboys. Cowboys are finalizing a trade to acquire Bengals middle linebacker Logan Wilson, sources tell me, and Todd Archer. Earlier on Monday, Jerry Jones told Stephen A. Smith that the Cowboys had made a trade ahead of Tuesday's NFL trade deadline. It's expected to be for Wilson, whom the Bengals have been seeking a 6th-round pick. Wilson signed a 4-year, $36 million extension in July of 2023 and still has 2 years remaining on it after that season. So, Logan Wilson is the current, or I guess now ex-captain of the Cincinnati Bengals defense. He was benched earlier this season for a rookie linebacker. So the Bengals, certainly he was a player who was on the outs, but Logan Wilson has played some very good football in the past for the Cincinnati Bengals. And before we go forwards, we actually do have the trade capital has been revealed about 5 seconds ago from Ian Rappaport. It's a 7th-round pick going back to Cincy for Logan Wilson. So Jerry Jones did not have to pay up too much for this player. But what you like about this guy is not only has he been pretty good on the field, he's also a leader in the locker room. When he got benched, he took the rookie linebacker who he was benched for to the side and said, "Hey, I'm here to support you. There's not going to be a rivalry here. There's not going to be any bad blood here. Play your game. I'm going to keep playing my game. Just play as well as you can." So you love to see a guy joining the Cowboys defense who has that type of support for his own teammates, even if it's at the cost of his own snaps. And speaking of his own snaps, his stats so far on this season, he stands 6'2", 245 pounds. Not a whole lot of stats to speak of. Only 19 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, 0 forced fumbles for the 29-year-old linebacker. So not a great year for Logan Wilson, especially not by his standards, but the Cincinnati Bengals are currently the only team in the NFL with their defense allowing more points per game than the Dallas Cowboys defense. So, no one's really having a good year on that Dallas Cowboy defense, but Logan Wilson especially, he was a team captain and now getting benched and just not fitting in this season with the Cincinnati Bengals defense. So, where does this now leave the Dallas Cowboys defense? Our linebacker room is going to get a whole lot better for next week against the Raiders. DeMarvion Overshown is expected to be back, so we're going to have our guy finally making his season debut after that catastrophic season-ending injury last season. And then Logan Wilson is going to slide in as a middle linebacker, so we're going to have 2 options at that middle linebacker spot. We're going to have to see what defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus decides to do with the starting middle linebacker. It's probably not going to be Logan Wilson this week, just because Shamar James being the Mike linebacker, you're going to be calling all the shots and you're going to be making sure that a whole lot of stuff and information is being processed by you. It's going to be too much to put on the plate of Logan Wilson. You would expect Logan Wilson in time to take over as the number 1 middle linebacker for this defense, but that we're going to see what happens. Definitely, he's having a down year. I mean, the point I really want to make is this is a good linebacker who is currently having a down year. So when we go out and trade for him, he might continue to have that down year and he might end up being bad, but he also might end up being a pretty good return on investment. And especially a 7th-round pick is never a bad pick to send to go find out. A 7th-round pick that has an extremely low hit rate should we have went ahead and made that pick in the NFL draft. So not a huge amount of draft capital going over to the Cincinnati Bengals to pick up Logan Wilson to pair with what's going to be a significantly improved linebacking core for next week with Overshown, Logan Wilson, Kenneth Murray, and Shamar James Amaris Leofau. So hopefully this defense looks a whole lot better next weekend, because last night it looked horrific against the Arizona Cardinals. Almost were able to make a comeback, but unfortunately, for the first time this year, the offense was not able to, make something happen, which can't really blame Dak too much. He's put the whole team on his back the whole year already, so he's allowed to have one bad game. But the reason why this trade really shocked me is because why is Jerry Jones going bargain bin hunting when this defense is as bad as it is? That tells me that he doesn't have a ton of faith in this team, because while he's correct when he said earlier in this week that the defense was not just one player away, DeMarvion Overshown coming back is an extra player combined with a trade. That's already 2 players. So that's, 2 players. That's not just one player. But I was expecting to see a bigger move for Jerry to go out and make and acquire us a better player. We really, really need pass rushers, especially with, I believe neither injury is too serious, but Dante Fowler getting injured at the end of last night and Jadeveon Clowney also going down in last night's game. So we definitely need pass rush. Even when both those guys are healthy, we need to get more pass rushers. Our cornerbacks are severely struggling with both injuries and even when they're on the field. Last night, Deron Bland couldn't even cover Marvin Harrison Jr., who's an awesome prospect and will probably be an awesome wide receiver, but he's not there yet in his career. We surrendered a career-high 7 receptions to Marvin Harrison Jr. It's kind of crazy that in his second year, his most catches in one game is only 7 receptions. But we got to see the trade deadline. It's this afternoon, so it hasn't happened yet, but it is today. And you have to imagine Jerry Jones is not done making moves. Still the number one move that I want to see him at least pursue, if the price is somewhat right, would be Trey Hendrickson. Go back to the Cincinnati Bengals. And what you like is he has just made a better connection with the general manager for the Cincinnati Bengals by already negotiating a deal with him. Now you get a little bit of better feeling. So maybe you can negotiate a lower price for a potential Trey Hendrickson trade. Trey Hendrickson, the only player in the NFL with 17.5 sacks or more over both of the last 2 years. So Trey Hendrickson would be an absolute game changer for the Dallas Cowboys defense if Jerry Jones could pick up the phone, make the call, and get him for the right price. That's an important part. It's always for the right price because anyone can send a first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson, but he's not worth that. Over the age of 30, but highly, highly productive. Hendrickson plus Logan Wilson plus the return of DeMarvion Overshown may be what this defense needs to be able to turn this thing around and make a run at the NFC East. Looking at third down conversion rate, the Philadelphia Eagles are like 28th in third down conversion rate. Their 6-2 record is fraudulent. We can still run them down if we're able to get some wins here in the stretch run, and it all comes from playing better on defense. Jerry Jones cannot be done after just sending out a 7th round pick unless he doesn't believe in what this team's actually building. He may think that it's already a wash for this team, and that's why he doesn't want to go out and spend a lot of trade capital on acquiring pieces for this year, but already spent a 3rd round pick on George Pickens, who may not be back next year. Spent a 7th round pick on Logan Wilson, who we only have for 2 years. It kind of feels like you want to go all in when your guys on offense are healthy, and when you have a healthy Dak Prescott, you really don't want to waste those years, especially when the offense is as amazing as it has been so far this season. Jerry Jones, hopefully he's not done making moves. If it's not Trey Hendrickson, just find something else to add to this room. I know pass rushers are extremely expensive in the trade market, in free agency, in the draft, but this team is not good enough. We don't have enough pass rush. Jerry Jones has to find a way to improve this defense, especially from the pass rushing perspective, if he's going to be serious about contending for a championship this year. I saw someone said Jerry Jones doesn't care about winning championships, but I absolutely can't believe that for a second, because Jerry Jones, he's getting older. He only has so many more years of being an owner left. He's going to want to see another championship before he has to turn the team over to someone else. So Jerry Jones, please, hopefully we're not done with Logan Wilson. Go out, make another move at the right price. We need some pass rush. Should be a fun trade deadline. We're going to be here covering all the moves made by the Dallas Cowboys. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Cowboys.